Poor people aren't allowed to dine here. Melanie, what are you saying? Please leave. You don't belong here. Now leave. You're being ridiculous.
Trouble Busters!
My name is Helen. I'm a mom of one, currently working at the deli corner of a supermarket.
Mommy, where are we going for lunch today?
Helen, we're not going out for lunch. I have work today.
I thought that you get to eat at your job.
That's not quite correct. I'm in charge of creating the food that we sell at the supermarket. My son's name is Alan. He thinks that because I go to work at the supermarket every day that I'm eating all the food that they sell there. How cute and innocent. He is partially correct. I chose to work at the supermarket because I love to eat. But now I have a new job and I'm going to stop working at the supermarket. I felt a little sad about this because I loved working there so much. One day I was doing some shopping at the supermarket. Oh, hi, Helen. Long time no see. Hi, Melanie. Nice to see you. How are you? Melanie's daughter goes to the same elementary school as Alan. That's how I know Melanie. Melanie is a hostess of a luxury restaurant that her husband owns. I was a little envious that she had a family business with her husband that was doing well, but I didn't like her. This is because Melanie's the type of person to make fun of the people around her as if she were the best. I heard that you got fired from your job at the supermarket. I didn't get fired. I found another job, so... No need to give me lame excuses. You must have it rough. My husband and I own a great restaurant in town, I'm sure you know. We exchange a lot of interesting information with our customers. I wasn't aware that customers gossiped about my employment situation. And I'm sure that Melanie is so the type to spread any information she receives to the customers. They would be stupid to tell her anything important. What are you going to do now that you're unemployed? Won't you have trouble paying for Alan's school if it's only your husband with a job? I wasn't working because I needed money. I just love being around food, which is why I chose to work at the supermarket. There's no need for you to worry about my family's finances. If I could, I would offer you a job at our restaurant, but we only hire people that are elegant and can converse with the rich and powerful, so I wouldn't ask you to do that. Don't worry about me. Besides, I already have a job offer. Good for you. Well, you don't need to pretend that your life is fabulous when you're clearly strapped for cash. Well, I don't need your concern or your help. And I wasn't pretending, I really did have a job offer. That's why I'm leaving my job at the supermarket. Well, I'm glad to know that you're handling things on your own. I guess I was worrying for no reason. I was worried that your family didn't have enough money to buy food or other necessities. Like I said, no need to worry about us. I'm not sure if you understand this, but my husband has a great job, and we're fine with him being the main breadwinner. I work because I want to, not because I have to. If only your husband earned as much as my husband did. Then you could be more like me. Why would you assume that my husband doesn't earn so much? Why would you work part-time if you had enough money to get by? I'm working because I love my job. I don't do it for the money. Actually, I work for the same reason. I work because I want to. I don't do it for the money. Whether you like it or not, we are in similar situations. What are you saying? Didn't you hear me say that I work for a high-end restaurant, which my husband owns? We live in different worlds. You work part-time at a local supermarket. Okay, whatever. I'm sure you don't know this, but our restaurant is the type of place that selects its customers. We don't let ordinary people like you dine there. Actually, I plan to dine there soon, so I'll be seeing you. What? I plan to go to your restaurant with someone from my new workplace. You can't be serious. I'm serious. We already made a reservation. Well, I wasn't prepared to let someone like you into our restaurant. You don't fit onto our clientele. But I'm going, so please be prepared. You eat the leftovers from the supermarket on a regular basis. The food we serve at the restaurant is something completely different. You've made your point. You don't think that I'm worthy of eating at your restaurant. I wasn't surprised, though. Melanie's always acted like this towards me. So anything she said to me didn't bother me. I was used to it. A few days later, I went to Melanie's restaurant as planned. I was with my new colleague. Good evening. Wow, you actually came. This is my colleague, Maya. Nice to meet you. I'm sorry, but we don't have a reservation for you. So please leave. The reservation should be under the name Maya. Poor people aren't allowed to dine here. Melanie, what are you saying? Please leave. You don't belong here. Now leave. You're being ridiculous. Maya, let's go somewhere else. The hostess here is being really rude to us. Maya and I left the restaurant. I'm sorry about what just happened. I feel responsible. The hostess's daughter goes to the same school as my son. She always acts like she's better than me. I thought that she would be professional today, seeing as though I'm her customer today. But it's not like you did anything to her, right? No, I haven't. She has it in her mind that I'm not as rich as her, and she's been bossing me around because of it. That's a terrible thing to do. By meeting their hostess, I now know what kind of restaurant this place is. I'm sorry that you had to see that. No need to apologize. This isn't your fault. I'm sorry for reserving this place without really knowing much about it. I suppose it's hard to really know something until you see it firsthand. I can't believe that our company works with this restaurant. I should come check on it more often to keep an eye out on the attitudes of the people working here. I know that you wanted to experience the restaurant yourself today, but... Yes, I did. I think it's important to take a hands-on approach to things. There are certain things that you don't see if you're stuck in the office building all day. I agreed with Maya. It was important to get out of the office and experience the restaurants that our company was dealing with. I was happy to be working with someone that shared the same values. In the end, we ate at a different restaurant. This place is great. The food is delicious. Yes, it is. Order anything you want from the menu. It's on me tonight. Thank you so much. I can't believe that you can eat so much and not put any weight on. I just can't resist. Everything tastes great. I love this pudding. Yes, it's delicious. I wish that I had an appetite like yours. I'm actually starting to become full, though. I'm glad that you enjoyed eating here. I'm happy that we were able to get a table here. I'm sorry about what happened at the other restaurant. You don't need to apologize for that. Maya told me not to worry about what had happened at Melanie's restaurant. But I was still bothered by Melanie's rude behavior towards us. I won't forgive her. Troublebusters. The following day, I went back to Melanie's restaurant on my own. I came to talk to you about what happened yesterday. Where did you end up eating yesterday in the end? I guess there's more casual restaurants to choose from than a restaurant like ours. So I'm sure it was easy for you two to find a place to eat. Actually, my boss took me to a really nice Japanese restaurant. We had a great time. Glad to hear. I'm sure it wasn't as classy as this restaurant, but it was a high-end restaurant just like this one. You don't need to pretend to be eating at nice places. I know that you can't afford it. Why would I lie about such a thing? I know that you envy me and you want to be like me. By the way, our restaurant is collaborating with... Oh yes, I know. How could you know about this? A collaboration with Travis Foods. Isn't that great? I came to let you know that the deal has been canceled. Canceled? Why? More importantly, why are you the one telling me this? Well... You're not making any sense. My husband's mother, who was our previous hostess, is still really friendly with Travis Foods. They've been a business partner of ours for years. Yes, I know. But regardless, the deal has been called off. You're crazy. I don't understand what you're saying. If you've been working with Travis Foods for many years, how come you didn't recognize Maya, who was with me yesterday? Well, I met Maya for the first time yesterday. She is the current CEO of Travis Foods. You must be joking. She reserved your restaurant yesterday because she wanted to experience the restaurant that her company was collaborating with. At first, I had no idea that she was talking about your restaurant. Why were you with the CEO of Travis Foods in the first place? She headhunted me. She asked you to work for her? The supermarket that I used to work for is part of the Travis Foods group. But why would she want to work with you? I was only working in the deli corner of the supermarket, but I came up with the idea of changing the packaging. Uh-huh? What does that have to do with anything? We had been using many types of containers, but we decided to reduce the number of types to 4. That helped reduce the cost of manufacturing the containers substantially. Something so small? Yes, and because we were able to reduce the cost of production, we were able to sell the products at a more reasonable price to our customers. But what does that have to do with me? Since you probably don't shop at the deli corner of the supermarket, I'm sure that this feels unrelated to you. Anyway, the sales of the supermarket that I worked for doubled, and the CEO was very happy about that. That's so typical of a poor person. Us rich people don't care about such small details. Well, because I understand how people that shop at the supermarket feel, I was able to make good use of that for the business. And in the end, it made customers happy too. And now I'm part of the product development team at the company headquarters. I had no idea that these things happen. Well, it happened to me. Because you were so rude to Maya and I yesterday, Maya decided not to go forward with the collaboration. She never got in touch with us about it. She can't do that without us knowing. Well, Maya's already made up her mind about it, and there's nothing that you can do to fix it. If you work for her, do something about it. Convince her not to do this. She was really put off by your bad attitude. Why is this happening? There was a time that Maya moved out of her parents' house and tried to make it on her own. At that time, she didn't have much money, so she didn't appreciate the fact that you said she was poor to her face yesterday. Really? She didn't like the fact that you discriminated against us based on your perceptions. Please let Maya know that I didn't mean to offend her. Please do something to make this go away. I can't do that. Why not? Because I agree with Maya. I think that it would be a mistake for her company to collaborate with your restaurant. How could you say that to me? Aren't we friends? I don't think you've ever been a friend to me, Melanie. I'll do anything, please. Melanie, we know that you've been selecting the customers that are able to dine at your restaurant. You haven't been treating all the customers fairly. What? We've heard complaints that you drove certain customers away if you thought they weren't rich enough to eat at the restaurant. I wouldn't do such a thing. I know that you're lying because you did that to Maya and I. We aren't going to help someone like you. Please don't say that. I really need your help. Please don't come crying to me for help. Why don't you try convincing Maya yourself? I can't go see Maya. How am I supposed to explain the fact that I didn't know that she was the president of Travis Foods? Well, that isn't my concern. I'm surprised that you've been so oblivious for such a long time. After re-emphasizing that the collaboration was off, I left Melanie's restaurant. I felt like an enormous weight had been lifted off my shoulders. I was relieved to tell Melanie to her face that I didn't consider her to be my friend. The reason why I was the one that came to Melanie to deliver the news about the collaboration being cancelled was because of a certain phone call. I'd received this phone call several hours earlier. Helen, I'm calling regarding Melanie's restaurant. I can't apologize enough about what happened yesterday. I've decided to call off the collaboration with them. Oh, really? Would you mind being the one to tell Melanie that we're canceling the deal with them? Me? All right. I'll have someone contact the restaurant directly afterward to make it official. You can let Melanie know that I sent you. I think it was Maya's way of allowing me to say everything that I wanted to say to Melanie. I was grateful to Maya because I no longer needed to pretend to be friends with Melanie. As Maya had said, someone from the company contacted Melanie's restaurant afterward to inform her that the deal was officially canceled. Melanie came over to my house many times to try to get me to change Maya's mind. There's no point in apologizing to me. You should speak to Maya directly. I already did, many times, but she doesn't want to have anything to do with me. Then you should let this go. I can't let it go. My life depends on it. The restaurant will go out of business if people find out that Travis Foods is no longer working with us. Bankruptcy? Our restaurant is in debt, and the collaboration with Travis Foods was really going to help our business. I had no idea. Our restaurant is actually not doing that well. I think that's because you're too picky about who can dine at the restaurant. I finally see what I've been doing wrong, and I feel really bad about it too. So please help me. How can you ask for help after how you've been treating me? What do you mean? You always tell me how poor I am, and you clearly look down on me. I'm sorry about that. You can't expect me to want to help you. I'm really sorry. Melanie then began to cry. It seemed that her restaurant was really counting on the collaboration with Travis Foods. With the restaurant in debt and the collaboration being canceled, the restaurant was in financial distress. As for me, I continued working at the headquarters of Travis Foods and loved my job. I got to try out different types of food as part of my job. This is so delicious. We should sell this. Everything that you say is delicious becomes our best sellers, so I'm sure that this one will be a hit too. I'm still learning as I go, but I really enjoy working with Maya. She is such a good boss and mentor to me. Every day at work is fun for me, and I like that I get to taste so many foods. Trouble Busters.